Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for SUI render NFT price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. We're gonna start with SUI here on the lower time frame within our drop toward the downside. Of course, we have the 5 waves down here as a wave 1, finished leading diagonal wave 2 given, and we're looking of course for this massive drop here where we can count a potential a 1, 2, and then wave 3 finished as an impulse, and you might have here already a wave 4. But this wave 4 actually, of course, it has to unfold a wave 5. Now if we want to count a wave 5 here, it is very hard to call it, and that because of course of the complexities that we have and the overlapping here, nothing is finishing up as something as a motive wave there. Even as an ending diagonal, it cannot work. 1, 2, 3. The wave 3 is longer than the wave 1. And if you want to count this as a 1, 2, well, can be 3, 4, and a 5. So this is the only possibility that we might drop with it still, where you might finish, of course, here your blue box as a target within, of course, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this might be, of course, the final impulse, probably, that it's gonna finish also another wave 4 and a 5, probably in the blue, meaning 1, 2, 1, 2, and then wave 3, 4, and a 5. Yeah, so this is, of course, can be happening. Now, currently, on the lower time frame, we can also call something pushing for higher, of course, as a correction. Can be two possibilities, meaning for this wave 4, that it is unfolding probably this in the magenta, because of course in case that this is not a wave 5 unfolding, it might be of course a longer wave 4 here for the magenta. Yeah, so it can be a potential A, B, and a C there, where we are looking for a wave C formation. On the 1 hour chart, you can see of course a double 1, 2 here, and we might of course continue for higher and reach at least the 1-to-1 fib level, taken from the A to the B to the C here. So in case this happens, well, we gotta be careful, because of course it is also invalidation probably for the last impulse that you might have here, but not really strong invalidation, because you have a one wave 1 over there. Yeah, so I would say the invalidation is close, but of course you would like to break this area. But this is kind of like, I would say, confirmation for higher rather than invalidation, confirmation for higher prices. But your invalidation is still, of course, far from it. But in case that we get the 1-to-1 fib level, 1.83, well, we might be very close for invalidation for a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. If this happens, that would be great. I'm gonna lay down this, by the way. So let me put this invalidation of bearish. Okay, so if this happens, very likely that, okay, we start to seek here for something pushing for higher, and that means you have finished very likely in WX and a Y here. The WX and a Y might be, of course, a bigger W. X and a wave Y can be, of course, kind of like a zigzag, where you have a dropped and finished an impulse here for wave C in this zigzag for a wave Y, and you push for higher. But the problem is, again, on the lower time frame, all these lows are 886 fib level, meaning, of course, sooner or later they might be taken again. Yeah, so even if we push for higher right now, we might come back. Yeah, we might come back and take the low and then pushing for higher again for SUI. So by all means, yeah, I'm not convinced yet that this is, of course, the lows here, knowing this is the lowest low, but this is an 886 here, meaning it can be very likely a wave C there. Yeah, so A, B, and a C. Yeah, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, 4, and a 5. So we're gonna see, of course, what's gonna happen. But currently, I see, of course, here on the 15-minute chart, very micro level, we have finished an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And the impulse from yesterday, well, I would say is not perfect impulse, because you have double 1, 2, wave 3, 4, 5, 4, and a 5. Your wave 5 here is somehow a question mark. Yeah, so you have 3 waves there, so it starts to look corrective again, and complex, of course. And currently on the 15-minute chart also, we see a little bit of potential for higher prices, especially within this impulse here. can be a double 1-2 and then pushing for higher. Well, can be also likely scenario, but we gotta be careful, guys. Don't forget that this is a very complex structure and the market is still under pressure of selling, so anytime can reverse and take these lows, the 886 as explained. This is regarding SUI. Now, if we move for render as well, after this drop, this triangle where we have an A, B, and a C, very clear triangle for a wave B, and we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. The wave 5 is still unfolding for lower prices here. What is very interesting is that this is a clear three waves for me, and of course, you might be here in kind of an ending diagonal. Now the ending diagonal has already took our blue box in 5 wave zigzags, and we see of course a reaction, but not the reaction that I was expecting in case of a reversal. Now we saw of course kind of like a wave A or a wave 1, but this is a horrible wave 2. Therefore it tends to be of course a wave B here, much more likely than a wave 2. And of course the following price here where we saw a 1-2-1-2 again. Well, we saw invalidation for this 1-2-3 here. Wave 4 interfered so far in the zone 1, so nothing is really very impulsive there. And we're still looking here for lower. We're still corrective. We're not yet done. And I believe, of course, that you might see a complex structure a little bit here. Now, if you are in 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, 4 can be, of course, wave 5 here and ending diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means you might be seeking here for a correction and then dropping down again. This correction might be an A, B, and a C towards the upside for a wave 2 and then pushing for lower, of course, under pressure of selling here. So we gotta be careful. Now, if the one-to-one will be taken here as an ABC, well, I doubt it. The wave C here is hard to be right now as an impulse, especially after the invalidation taking here the zone 1. Unless your wave 1 is only this part and ABC is, of course, your wave 2 there. But I still doubt it a little bit, guys. I still doubt it a little bit, the wave 2. In case that this is the case scenario, meaning no invalidation is taken yet, the wave 4 is still safe. But I see an impulse here, so if it's gonna be an ABC, at least, well, sooner or later it's gonna be taken. But I'm gonna lay down anyways this as a potential scenario, probably here for invalidation of bullish. Okay, so if it's still not taken yet, so $1.28. If taken, okay, that is a total confirmation that we drop down. Okay. So if we push for higher and we take this level, that means, of course, yes, we might still be in a wave C. If broken, well, interesting. If broken for higher, and it will be interesting, we can come back to a 1-2 here, wave 3, 4, and a 5. But so far, we cannot yet consider this, guys. We're still under pressure of selling as well. And the things are not yet clear for higher. Okay. So that it regarding the render. So let's see FET. For FET on the 4 hours chart, also we're looking here at a deep correction and we're looking for the wave A, wave B as a triangle, A, B, C, D, E, and we drop down. Now, what is different and of course special with FET is that we have 3 waves down and then 3 waves up, and then of course you're looking for another potential 3 waves down, or it can be even a 1, 2, 3. Wave 4 is those 3 waves, but I doubt it because the timing is huge here as alternation. It doesn't really work. For me, is higher potential as a W, X, and you have as a wave Y to unfold there. The wave Y might be here, your diagonal finished wave A. You're looking for wave B and then wave C to unfold still in the blue box, and this might play also as a potential wave 5. Okay, the target here, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Yeah. So the wave 5, if it is a wave 5, it's the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. It might be deeper. Okay, 1-to-1 fib level, 0.13 cents. So that is, of course, meaning both case scenario W, X, and a Y still requiring lower prices, or 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 still require lower pricing. And of course, the blue box is still in sight. Now, on the 1 hour chart here, if we dive a little bit inside it, well, also we have an A, B, and a C probably. The wave C can be finished and not hitting the 1 to 1 fib level. But, of course, if in case we are in 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, and of course we might be in something bullish. But to confirm this, you need, of course, to break the 0.22. If we break it, then, of course, I come back to the scenario. So far, we're still under pressure of selling. Still, of course, for FET, Render, and SUI. Yep, so this is inside for today for those three altcoins. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.